Hello and welcome back. As promised, today we're going to be looking at the best way to farm nether shards. I scoured the interwebs to find out all the ways to get these and then tested all the various methods. So now I can tell you the fastest and most efficient way to fill your bags. Okay, so on the Broken Shore you can get shards by handing in Legion 4 war supplies, killing rares, opening chests and participating in the Synthamax event. You can also get shards from Legion invasions when they happen around the Broken Isles. So what's the fastest way to get these shards? My advice is to always do Legion invasions when they occur. If you want to know when the next invasion is due, go to wow.gameinfo.io/invasions, where there's a full schedule as well as countdown timers for all the realms. I'll put a link in the description. Invasions award 225 shards for normal quests, 350 for each elite quest, and roughly 1,000 for the end scenario. Next you should go over to the Broken Shore and do all of the quests for Legion 4 war supplies. These can be handed in at the building table at Deliverance Point for 75 shards per 100. You also get a large amount of artifact power and a loot box which can contain a legendary. So far I've had my first legendary on 3 characters this way. Legion 4 war supplies drop from quests, rares and chests, which brings me on to the next 2 sources, chests and rares. These both show up on the minimap and you should absolutely go out of your way for them. Rares are identified by green skulls on the zone map and minimap. These generally have 50 million health, so unless you're highly geared I suggest either waiting for other people to swing by or hop on Group Finder. Rares drop slightly more than chests, but you're limited by the fact you can only loot each one once per day and only when they spawn. Chests however are far more readily available, especially if you can fly, but there is a cap. I've found that in a 24-hour period the game will let me get roughly 10,000 shards worth of chests before the chests will stop showing up on the minimap. However, this is not on a daily reset but rather a rolling tally. If you were farming yesterday you will notice that around the same time today chests will start to appear again, and this will continue at the same rate in which you farmed them yesterday. So here we go, what you've been waiting for. This is the proven fastest way to farm nether shards. No, it's not the Synthamax, it's the chest we've just been talking about, but it's the way you farm them that will make this so good. The other thing that makes this so good is that you'll be getting auto resources, artifact power, gold and gear, as well as the nether shards and Legion war supplies to turn in. It's awesome. To do this you're going to need an add-on called Server Hop, and there's a link in the description, so pause the video and get it installed now. Right, so next you need to find a chest in the Broken Shore that's out of the way. It needs to be somewhere it is likely to have gone unnoticed. Underwater ones are good for this, so put on your artifact fishing rod or hold your breath. Once you're in place, get the Server Hop add-on open. Click on where it says change mode so that you see last and next written at the bottom. If your class has a healer or tank spec, swap into that quickly to speed up the hop process. Now all you have to do is click next. The add-on will put you in a group and 90% of the time you'll be taken to their server. The way server hopping works changed with Legion. Now you need someone from the group you are joining to be in the same zone as you in order to phase across. Luckily this add-on is very good at meeting this criteria, so server hopping does still work. It's very important to wait roughly 5 seconds or until you see your group role appear in the chat window before you hop onto the next server. This allows the server time to phase you in correctly and make the chest visible if there is one available. If you do find a chest, great! Loot it and then click next. If there's no chest and you have waited 5 seconds, move on to the next server and try again. Keep doing this and you will see your nether shards quickly increase. I like to have a 15-minute timer on my iPad next to me to keep track. If it's been 5 minutes and no chests have appeared, then chances are you've reached your daily limit. If you still need more shards, move on to the Synthamax. Just on a side note about the ethics of server hopping, you'll only be in the groups you join for a matter of seconds, so don't feel too bad. Potentially you might have inconvenienced somebody briefly, but more often than not you will have gone unnoticed and bothered no one. If you don't like the idea of intruding in other players' groups, then the Synthamax really is the only way you're going to be able to farm nether shards. The Synthamax is the Legion ship that's flying around the Broken Shore, and it can be clearly tracked on the map. Underneath it, portals open and Legion forces pour out of them. The first 5 players to tag these mobs get to loot them for shards. The most effective way to do this is by joining a Synthamax farming group. In the process you'll loot crystals which can be used to open more portals. Some crystals will summon stronger mobs and eventually a boss will get summoned. This will drop some extra shards and loot, and then the Synthamax will go on a cooldown for a few minutes. Rinse and repeat to your heart's content. You don't get Legion War supplies or order resources, but you do get some nice epics that drop which sell well on Auction House. That's because these can be used by characters at level 101. Legendaries can also drop, although I've never seen them. Many people believe that the Synthamax is the best way to get shards, but I've done extensive comparative testing and my chest method is definitely better overall, until you hit the cap. So in summary, if you want to get the most possible nether shards as quickly as possible each day, this is your priority list. Do the Legion invasion if active, farm server hop chests until you hit the spawn cap, do any Broken Shore quests you encounter, kill any rare you encounter before, during or after your chest farming, and then finish off by Synthamax farming for as long as you can bear it. I started playing this druid last weekend. I had it level to 110 in the first day, and 4 days later I have it to eye level 877 just by farming nether shards. If you want to know how I leveled up so fast, or the most effective way to gear your fresh 110 character in Legion 7.2, hit subscribe, as in my next videos I'll be covering those subjects. If you like this video, hit like, and if you're still seething from my returning to WoW video, hit dislike. And if you have any questions or requests on future videos, leave a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. As always, good luck and have fun.